President, there is no xenophobia in South Africa. It's a few groups of thugs who think they can run our country and make Africa divided. We do not subscribe to xenophobia. We will never hate Botswana because we are married to each other. Ebile re na le bana together. Re kena dikolo kaofela. When you hate Botswana, that is because you are hating yourself. Everyone who has engaged in xenophobic attacks in South Africa suffers from self-hate. Do not generalize all of us. We want African unity. We want the unity of SADC. We want to share in the land of Africa because we are collectively exploited. There is no one who can say these ones were better off and we were exploited. Everywhere where an African child is found, that African child is hated. Black people are hated everywhere. We cannot afford to hate them here in Africa. When you see a black person, you must see yourself. If you have looked at yourself in a mirror and you see President Boko, who is in Botswana and has got relatives in the closer land of the Eastern Cape, why would you want to hate? Because the people of Botswana never discriminated against the people of South Africa. This continent shall one day be one. The imperialist forces will be defeated. This continent will one day benefit from its land, from its minerals, and ensure that it doesn't depend on imperialists and colonizers.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. The debate over immigration in South Africa has taken another dramatic turn after EFF leader Julius Malema made bold remarks that are already sparking heated discussions across the country. Malema says there is no xenophobia in South Africa and argues that blaming foreign nationals for the country's problems is misleading. At the same time, he accused the March and March movement of dividing Africans instead of addressing South Africa's real economic challenges. Let's take a closer look at what he said. Speaking during a recent address, Julius Malema rejected the idea that foreign nationals are responsible for South Africa's unemployment, poverty, and crime. According to Malema, the country's biggest problems are not caused by migrants, but by deeper economic and governance challenges. He questioned how attacking or removing foreign nationals would create jobs for South Africans or improve the economy. Malema argued that the focus should instead be on creating employment opportunities, growing the economy, tackling corruption, and improving government service delivery. He also warned against encouraging Africans to turn against one another. The EFF leader said unity among African nations is more important than political campaigns that target migrants, saying Africans should work together rather than become divided. Malema's comments come as the March and March movement continues organizing protests in different parts of South Africa. The movement says its campaign is aimed at illegal immigration and calls for stricter enforcement of immigration laws. Supporters argue that they are demanding that undocumented immigrants be identified and that existing laws be enforced fairly. However, several human rights organizations have expressed concern that some protests associated with anti-migrant campaigns have allegedly resulted in intimidation or violence against foreign nationals. These organizations have urged peaceful demonstrations and warned against targeting people based on their nationality. Immigration remains one of South Africa's most controversial political issues. Some South Africans believe stricter immigration enforcement is necessary to improve border security and ensure compliance with the country's laws. Others argue that unemployment, crime, and poverty have more complex causes and cannot simply be blamed on migrants. Political leaders, civil society organizations, and communities continue to hold different views on how South Africa should balance immigration enforcement, economic growth, and public safety. As the debate continues, many citizens are calling for practical solutions that address both security concerns and the country's long-term economic challenges. What do you think about Julius Malema's comments? Do you agree that South Africa should focus primarily on fixing the economy and creating jobs? Or do you believe stricter immigration enforcement should be the government's top priority? Share your thoughts in the comments below, but please keep the discussion respectful and avoid hate speech or personal attacks. If you enjoyed this report, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest South African news. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.